In today's video, we're going to be talking about sniper rifles. Specifically, the Well MB06. Now, the Well MB06 has an interesting hop-up that is from the bottom. You actually screw up through the bottom, and it has this ring around there that pushes up, that then puts pressure down on the hop-up. Sort of like an M14 type hop-up. Very inefficient, because once you press the screw up so far, the ring goes up so far, hits the bottom of the hop-up. The arm gets pushed down until the ring, let's see how it goes up, and it puts pressure down. It only can go up so far. And if you try to over tighten it, sometimes the ring will slip off and then the hop-up pops up and you have no hop-up on there. So it is a candidate for top dead center mod. There's one on listed on YouTube that I really liked, and I'll put a link in the description for it. Really, it's made for a VSR 10 style hop-up, but I thought, let's try it out on this. Now, it calls for you to have an old scope that you can sacrifice to do this mod, which is fine. We didn't have an old scope, so my buddy actually went out and bought a cheap $20 scope, and we gutted the parts out of it, and we did the mod on the two rifles. Now, I'm going to show some close-ups on each one. I have some pictures that I took. Might be a little bit better look at it than trying to zoom in and out with the camera. First, we're going to start out with this tan MB06. The big thing with this is when you take that cap and put it on there, he was using this with a screwdriver to adjust the top dead center, and the thing was having a flat trajectory, was working good. Now, my buddy whose rifles these are, said, oh, use the scope camera and take some pictures. Well, it's like 25 degrees outside, and I ain't going outside to take video. So if you look at some of the sniper footage recently, you'll see him using this rifle, and he's got some really dead nuts on shots at like 200 some feet. The big thing with this is that scope adjustment is on there. You're basically taking the cap and you're like Ewing it out, JB welding it on there, and then screwing all the guts inside there so it pushes down on the hop-up arm. On the one mod, he shows drilling and putting a bottle cap, which is what this has, and I will show the pictures right here. Now, what you saw is the pictures close-up of this. And this bottle cap gives you something to grab onto to turn one way or the other. Now, one thing that I like about this is because the hop-up arm is like right underneath this thing, you go about 3/4 of the way down and it's pushing it down. Now, I did have to do a little bit of a modification on the hop-up arm. It's really thick, so I cut it down to about 1/3 of the size that it was, so it'll go down flatter, which gives you more hop-up. This one worked out phenomenal. This is a newer hop-up, the whole 9 yards. But this rifle here is shooting like 450 with 2.0s. It's a little lighter than this one. The green one that I have sitting on the table here, the green one has upgraded spring in it. Shoots like closer to 500, where this is only like 450. So, but this one was an incredible mod. It's a nice flat. It's not too high up in the air, it doesn't affect the scope, and it's easy to get your hands on it and twist it, and you got definite clicks that you can hear. I sort of tried to grind it down a little bit, but it was real hard to do, and I said screw it, and I painted it and called it good. So it is like a little bit sticking up. It's a little gnarly, but I'm like, I don't care about looks if stuff works. Now, this one, which I'm going to show now, is the green sniper rifle that he uses 90% of the time. When I was trying to do the mod that they mentioned in the video, I tried to drill holes down through that piece that he said. You just pop 2 holes down through it, and then you drill down through the cap and the whole 9 yards. Well, I totally got the holes in the cap, which I used on this other one, but when I tried to drill it out, I messed up the actual piece that we were putting in. So I said, screw it. I put another one that I had, I put it in there, we finished it all up, JB welded it together, called it good. This one I went with a different route because I didn't have another bottle cap, which is hilarious. I didn't have another bottle cap to put on top of this. I went with this blue threaded thing that I had for a cap that went inside of something else. I'm going to show some pictures of that on the screen right now so you can get an idea. Now, the thing is blue, and I actually put a little bit of black paint on it. It still shows blue up there. I didn't go crazy and clean up the JB weld, which is what I was going to do, but I just got lazy and I said screw it, and I put a little paint on it and called it good. Same thing with this one though. You go about 3/4 of the way on with the hop up, and we're lifting 4 3s out to 200 some feet. I ran 2 mags through with this, and it works phenomenal. Nice flat trajectory. So if you're thinking about a top dead center mod like this, okay, I know they sell them. You can buy actual machine parts, and people sell them for like $60, $70. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But you can buy a scope for about 20 bucks. And if I can find the link for the scope, I will put the link of the scope that we used. It has the plastic things and everything that I needed to do. I basically just took it on a grinder, ground in a U, basically the shape I needed, put it on there, smeared some JB weld on it. It's solid as a rock, and this one can tighten in no problem too. So, has decent adjustment. It's not in the way of the scope, it's down low. It sticks up a little farther than the other one, but not a heck of a lot. So, both of these worked out fine. If someone's looking to do the top dead center mod, I would really recommend checking out this video. It's not that hard to do. JB Weld is the only thing you need to get. I can give you a link for the JB Weld little containers that they have, little bottles that you'll use on just about everything that you find. Works great for putting something on a metal like this. One thing I will recommend that I think he touched on as well is make sure you scar up the area that you're going to JB weld so it has something to adhere to. All in all, these were a good mod on both these, the OD rifle and the TAN rifle that he has. They're both the same gun, but a difference between an upgraded one and a non-upgraded one. You know, 500, it's like 2 joule, almost 500 FPS, it's like 2 joules, and this is about 1.8 joules. So it's not bad for what they do. They both pick up 4 3s and put them out there quite a ways. So he's very happy with it. He's going to be using them next week at a game we have, and from now on he's probably going to be using them in the when we go out to open plays. So check out the video in the description. I'll put links for other stuff like the scope and the JB Weld. I would do this mod for anything. It works on the MB, the Well MB series. Seems to work on those. The 6. I don't know about like above 6, like the 10 or 13. They might have VS Star style hop-ups. It still might work on those. It's a real simple mod to do. It doesn't take a lot of time. You know, have a couple of tools, bang, slam, box your uncle, you're done. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and check out the link that I have for the one for doing this mod. And as always, you have a good day.